today.
The second of 3 games here on this Sunday. We continue with Super Wild Card Weekend here on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
They go play action here on 1st down. Throws right side, and that's complete. A huge play there right off the bat. 44 yards.
I've heard of quick strike offenses, but this is taking that to the extreme. I mean, the very first snap of the ball game, normally you're thinking, let's get our quarterback comfortable and get him into the flow of the game, but not here. They come out attacking from the outset, and it pays off in a big way.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. Klein. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise, that cloth's going to be on the ground.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Looking to throw. Klein. This will be caught at about the 5. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Giants will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt. Now in year number 6.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round 1. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Nifty move. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of the playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title, so they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. It rips off a nice run there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. 32 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. The extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And, you know, listen, there's two ways to get the number 7 seed. You can back into it or you can charge your way into it and seize it. But ultimately, once you're here, you can throw that out the window. You've got to come to play.
Yeah, you just think of that phrase, any given Sunday or Saturday as the case may be. And even though this is a 2 versus 7 matchup, don't think for 1 second that this game's going to be a pushover. Anything can happen once the playoffs begin.
Looking to throw on second down. Klein, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the and he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drill. The whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. On first down, Klein. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Klein. Throw left side complete. That's Rice. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. This duo locked in. 14 yards there and a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Klein. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Rice. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An out cut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. He finds his man, complete. It's Lamb. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this will stay at a 7-point game. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take possession here at the... own 47-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now here's a throw that's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Back to throw. Klein. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Giants first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. He'll keep it himself. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now the Niners get there and bring him down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 53 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. New York set to take the field. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Off the play fake. Klein. That is incomplete.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded at the 20. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Niners continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And New York set to take the field. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Klein. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
Partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. To throw from his end zone. Klein over the middle. That's caught by Rice. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And taken right at the 35. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back to throw now on 1st down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
They'll try to run this one in. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Niners are able to widen their lead. Here in this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 33-7, the final in a romp.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantages and all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll set up a throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second. Now a battle for the football, and it's caught. It's a touchdown. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Niners have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The 49ers ready to kick it away. And here we go. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come. Out to the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. On 1st and 10, Klein. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And some room to work. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Ready. 33, yellow. Single. Ready.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now a dump off here complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Throwing on first down. Klein. Throw left side, completion to Rice. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Now a 2nd and 2. And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Ready. Blue 32.
Looking to throw. Klein. That ball caught. It's Rice. Touchdown, Giants. Rashee Rice, 26 yards. And the Giants are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. He'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. From the 2 now, second and goal. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And they'll run again, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. They'll look to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. 4 yards out. And the Niners start to open this lead even wider here in the fourth. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Klein. That one caught by Rice. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Back to throw again. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
They'll look to throw again. Got a man. It's Brown. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'd been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught by Brown. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. He's going to try and take off with it. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Taking it right down Broadway. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And that will be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions. There he goes, left side. Down the left sideline. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point attempt here still to come. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Ready?
Throwing to start the drive. Klein. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So no gain on the play, and that will bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here now, a 3rd down and 8. Operating from the gun, Klein. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. And the Giants send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That's taken on the 25. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Ready? 43 rail. Set. Go.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37.
Striker. 3-3. Ready?
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Oh, let's go.
Well, they certainly have the look of a team with something to prove, don't they? All week, as we prepared for this game, we kept reading about how they said they're going to play a full 60 minutes this week. Has nothing to do with their opponent. No disrespect intended, but they wanted to be people of their word, playing this thing all the way out, trying to finish it strong.
Extra point attempt to come here. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And now out come the Giants. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion. The flag comes in. It's incomplete. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that one go. He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you know, you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose it down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.